friend, welcome. I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, which means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, and I sell them online. Today is Wednesday, May 8th, and I have 5 items that I'm shipping out. These all sold on eBay. I had no items that sold on Poshmark, and these are the things that sold in about the last 24 hours. The gross sales amount was $172.45. And at the end, I'll tell you what my total profit is for the day. I will tell you my average sale price was $34.49, which is up about $5 from yesterday, but it was just because of this. This sold, and it sold for a good amount of money. So this thing is very cool, very unique. In fact, I just wrote unique jacket in the title, but it has a lot going for it. It's got pockets, it's got fringe everywhere, it has buttons, that's a doily. I mean, it's pretty cool. There were no tags in it, so there's no brand. I don't know if it's handmade. I don't know. There's no material, there's no size, nothing. So I don't have any sell-through rate information for it because how do you comp that? I don't know. If you would know how to comp that, let me know. I priced it at $75 when I got it 9 months ago. Recently, I relisted it, lowered the price to $20, and then I send out 20% off offers to watchers. So they accepted that 20% off. They paid a total, or $55.90 is what that ended up being. With shipping, it was $67.30. Let's see. I bought this at a little thrift store for $2. So I'm super pleased, just in general, with this. I do have a really large poly mailer. I am shipping at Ground Advantage. So calculated shipping has been like a topic I have seen a lot lately, and quite honestly, I don't know if I do the right thing. I never am here to tell you that this is what you should do. I'm telling you that this is what I do. I do calculated shipping. I am debating on whether or not I should do the discount. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm probably not the best one to explain it, but hold on, let me tell you, my profit on this is $50.80. This conversation is going to be a little disjointed, I apologize. But basically, when you ship on eBay and you have calculated shipping, eBay gives you a discount for your shipping costs. So say the calculated shipping is $10 that they charge the buyer, then they may give me a 30% discount and I pay $7. Well, they're starting to change that. So this is a pair of pants on a wide leg, just pull on like sweatpants. The brand is Life is Good, and you I think you want to know these pants. I don't know, I find Life is Good pretty frequently for really cheap. I will only buy it for really cheap because it doesn't have a high average sale price, and most items don't even have a high sell-through rate. However, in my experience, it sells really well and pretty fast. In fact, everything has sold in Life is Good, that brand, for me, other than a Christmas t-shirt that I listed in March, which seems logical. Of course, a Christmas t-shirt's not gonna sell, not likely to sell until probably November. Anyway, this is Life is Good Crusher Flex pull-on pants. When I did the research for this on Terapeak, it said the average sale price was $17.35, which again, not super high, but the sell-through rate is 48%. Another reseller might say that's almost 100%. So you can go back to other videos. I've talked about how I do how I do comps and sell-through rate. Actually, I'll just tell you now, it takes 30 seconds. This would look like 48 are listed and 52 are listed and 48 are sold. I'm telling you, disjointed conversation. Take the amount of solds, divide by the amount of solds plus listed. That's the sell-through rate. So mine sold for $17, right on par for the average. They took 2 weeks to sell, which makes sense with a 48% sell-through rate. I spent $3.75 on them in Pigeon Forge when I went thrifting on a business trip with my husband. And I forgot to tell you the profit. $11.42, which isn't super high, but my cost of goods was a little higher than I would normally like for Life is Good. But those pants were like in spectacular condition. All right, so eBay is now automatically giving buyers I might be not remembering this correctly. People were sent an email and I didn't get the email. So all of my information is coming from other YouTubers. Anyway, this is a denim jumper. It is vintage. It is embroidered and like that's applique on there. It's a plus size, which is good. It is made in Hong Kong. Denim & Co. is the brand. A denim jumper like this is interesting to me, has an average sale price of $21.17 and a 20% sell-through rate. However, when I add plus size to it, the average sale price doesn't go up much, just to $22, but the average or the sell-through rate goes to 32%. So I think that's a significant increase for something that, already doesn't have a super high sell-through rate at 20%. But I do like to sell these jumpers. I think over the past couple years, I've been doing this for about 2.5 years. Over the past couple years, I've sold quite a few. This one sold for $20 plus shipping, so $29 even. I don't know how they did that. I spent just about $2 on it at the bins, which is the Goodwill outlet where you pay by the pound. And that's about my average. It did take a year to sell, so there's that. But my profit is $15.38. Okay, so my understanding is that eBay is now going to automatically give the buyer the discount. You can, as a seller, opt out, but my understanding is that that's the automatic. In the past, and I believe even currently, I don't think they're starting it quite yet. I've heard like May 15th maybe. In the past, you've been able to opt in. Anyway, I don't know what the right thing to do is. I think it kind of depends on what everybody else is going to do, but I don't know how you know what everybody else is going to do. You know what I mean? So this is I don't know, I called it a jacket, but it's more of like a cardigan thing. It's very slinky. It is Chico's Travelers, which is a good line of Chico's. Has a pretty good sell-through rate. I don't think that this particular style, and then if you can see, there's kind of like a shimmery, what's the word? Animal print to it. I don't think any of that is super popular right now, but it's sold, so I'm good. Chico's Travelers jackets have an average sale price of $19.11 and a 49% sell-through rate. But again, I don't think mine was quite the right style and not quite jackety, if that makes sense. And mine sold for $14. It did take 5 months to sell. I spent 79 cents at a bag sale at a thrift store 5 months ago, so my profit is $12.04. Yeah, so anyway, calculated shipping. I'm just not sure, like, I think if everyone gives the discount, then it makes sense that I would also give the discount. I do make some money on shipping, but in my mind, that's, part of the overall cost of the item. When I'm buying things, I never look at just the cost of the item and then the shipping separate. I look at it as a total package. How much am I paying total for this item? That's how I do it, but that doesn't mean everybody shops that way. So I'm not really sure the right thing to do. So I'm curious what you do. And if you're a reseller, if you have a thought, it feels like flat rate shipping might be the way to go, where, you know, I'm charging $5.99 for t-shirts and blouses and $8.99 for sweaters and jeans. But also, I'm not entirely sure how to go about changing all of that. It feels like it would take a whole entire day to go through and change all the things individually. I'm not really sure. Anyway, do you have a thought? Can you weigh in? I would appreciate it. All right. I'm dropping things. Okay, the last thing to sell was a suit. So here's the coat. I won't show you the pants. They just look like pants. I'm actually gonna go over this with a lint roller, just to double check. But this did not sell for much because, well, it's Tommy Hilfiger, for one thing. Let's start with that. It's Tommy Hilfiger. It's worsted wool. There's the Tommy Hilfiger. I don't know that that's a super sought after suit brand by any means, but I found it at my favorite thrift store where my cost of goods is very low. They charged me $5 for this. I assumed I would be able to get about $50. And when I look at comps, $50 is about what the full suits were selling for in this brand. So the average sale price is $33.98, and it's a 23% sell-through rate, which is okay. Most of those were just suit coats, suit jackets. There were a couple full suits that had sold, like I said, for that $50. Mine sold for $20 because when I got it home, I noticed there was some flaws. There's a little hole in the back. There were some other things I don't remember exactly, maybe on the pants. So I listed it what I thought was low and then assumed I would take an offer, which is exactly what happened. I listed it at $30, I think, and took the $20 offer. They paid a total of $30 with the shipping. I paid $5, so my profit's $14.58. Like I said, I did make a little bit of money on the shipping there. Not much, it was like $3. So I don't know what I was gonna say about that. Yeah, other than I should have looked it over a little better. I think it was in like a dry cleaning bag, and because, I don't know, I just don't always make good choices when I'm thrifting. I'm assuming I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one, but I need to be better about that. But sometimes the lighting in thrift stores is off and I miss stains. And even if I do look things over really well, I don't know. It's frustrating when it happens, but regardless, my profit for the day was $104.22. Thank you so much for joining me. I really enjoy sharing what I have sold with you. Yesterday, I kind of talked a little bit about how I was feeling down and comparing myself. And as I read through the comments this morning, I haven't responded quite yet, but hopefully by the time you see this, I will have. I just was really encouraged. It seems like those of you, if you comment, you're just really encouraging and uplifting, and people have responded to other people. And I just really love that kind of like mini community here on YouTube. I think it's great. So anyway, I appreciate you joining me. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. I do ship with me videos just like this, and every day at 8 p.m. Eastern. So that's all. I'll see you soon.